and welcome back to another episode of Demi-God Discussion. I'm your co-host, Adrian.
That's all you need for that introduction.
Anyways, that's our real host, Randy.
Yeah, Gianni.
Our other host. So today, we have finished The Lightning Thief.
Thank
Finally.
God, we can finally move on.
No sleep.
No sleep. I didn't finish it. We had to start late because, like last week it was Randy, this week it was me.
Hey, I said you could have started without me.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't really start without me since
Yeah.
I'm the fanatic here.
I mean, who else's thighs are we going to be touching while the podcast plays?
Wonderful. So, yeah, chapters 12 through 22. Alright. Now, granted, we have seen this twice already.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. In the show and in the movie. So, sure, these first 7 episodes have sort of been redundant, but after this point, we start getting new shit. Alright? New things to talk about. So, that's wonderful. Also, we have 70 podcast downloads. That's fun.
71?
71.
Such a shitty host. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, over 70. Over 70 is... 71 is still over 70. That's all the housekeeping we really need. Are you guys ready to get started?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
We should probably mention that we changed our rating on the movie.
Oh, yeah. So, we're not done with housekeeping. Randy changed his rating on the movie. So, if you guys are keeping track of that, the overall rating has gone down. What's your new rating on the movie having read the book?
2.
Yeah.
2.5 to be generous to that movie for being fun and having Grover dancing.
The only reason it's a 2.5 is because it's a good movie to watch when you're a little high, and the casino scene.
Yeah, or you just need background movie for when you're having sex with your homies.
Okay.
I mean, that's what me and Randy do.
Yeah.
You're right, it is a good background movie.
Yeah, that's why we don't remember the plot that well.
Literally.
What do you mean, literally?
I don't remember the movie, dude.
That's fair.
I do. It's burned into my brain. I hate it. The second movie...
Gianni's just looking in pure disbelief.
The second movie is scrubbed from my memory. It is so fucking bad. Oh my God.
It could not be that bad.
It's fucking shitty, dog.
It
It's
cannot be that bad.
Well, we'll get there in 10 weeks? 20 weeks, maybe? I forget.
20 years, maybe.
Maybe. We'll get there eventually. So, starting off on the book, we get to chapter 12. This is my favorite chapter, and it is not in the book, it is not in the show whatsoever. Chapter 12, we get advice from a poodle. Single-handedly the best chapter ever. Why? Because they talk to a pink poodle.
The glazing is real.
The fuck does that mean?
No.
So they camp out, no fire, they don't want to be caught. This is right after Medusa. Right? They're camping out a little bit, and Annabeth knocks the fuck out. Right? Percy decides to take first watch, but Grover can't sleep. Everything's polluted. There's trash on the ground. They make a little comment that they camped out at what looked like a little clearing that was used for like a lawn party or something.
Yeah, parties by like the kids that live in the area.
Yeah. You know, those... the parties that...
Probably frat parties, yeah. A bunch of alcoholic beverages everywhere.
Or like those small town parties where everybody knows each other, so they have to have parties in the woods because otherwise it's going to get out, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. But there's trash everywhere, you know, and Grover makes a good point about being an environmentalist, right? Because he starts talking about it, and Percy's just like, yeah, I guess you would be one. And Grover says only a human wouldn't be. Which makes sense. Have you guys ever heard... I forgot who said the quote. But it was that humans would be the first species to drive themselves to extinction because it wasn't cost effective.
Mm-hmm.
That's real as fuck. We're not gonna get into climate change and everything that's going on right now.
If it gets political, this podcast will be 3 hours long.
Oh dear, yes. Climate change isn't political. It's not a political topic.
Anyway.
Yep,
All
there
right.
it is. There it is.
No,
Just, no, move on. Ah! Okay, move.
People make it a political topic because it costs money. But you know what also doesn't cost money? Dying!
You're right.
Anyways.
We should genocide half the planet.
That's not what I mean. Anyways.
Do it the Aaron way.
We learn what Grover has been striving for. And that is to search for Pan. Right? But Pan died over 2,000 years ago.
Quote unquote died.
Quote unquote died. All the satyrs don't believe it. Right? The humans did, so they decided to take advantage of it, as humans do. But the satyrs still believe he's alive and waiting. And every time they get their searcher's license, so that way they go out to go and search for him. No searcher has ever come back alive.
Yeah,
Ever.
Grover is screwed.
Grover's gone. He's dead after this book.
Yep. We will never see him again.
You never see him again. He does at the end of the book. He does leave for his quest.
Yeah.
And he is ultimately screwed. He's dead. We'll never see him again.
Never see him again. But you know, Percy feels like the quest is off somehow. You know, something is not fitting right. Mm-hmm. It's like the puzzle pieces aren't connecting. And Grover's just opened up to him. So he decides to open back up to Grover, and he tells him the real reason why he took this quest, which is to save his mother from the underworld. Grover obviously knows.
Yeah, both of them probably.
Everybody knows. You know? I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, unless you have a strained relationship with your mother. But, I mean, Percy has a great relationship with his mother. So, obviously, he's gonna go and want to save her from the underworld. But Grover suspects that that's not the only reason. Right? He feels that Percy wants to make his father proud somehow. Percy doesn't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Every kid in denial.
Every
kid.
kid.
No to that.
He has mixed feelings about it, you know? Obviously...
As a man with daddy issues, yes.
He feels resentment towards his father, you know, because he's been gone so long. But also, like...
As a man with daddy issues. What?
Like... Wait, what?
No, it's alright. Anyway.
It's okay. You'll probably hear it when you're editing.
His father's a god, and he's calling upon him. So he feels the need to prove himself. You know what I mean? This is what we call superhero dad syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? A dad that comes up every couple of months with some... Like... Oh, let me take you to Disneyland, and then fucks off for another 6 months. You know what I mean? We all know that person.
Well, he kind of has a... Well, Poseidon has a restriction.
But Poseidon, it makes sense because he's a god, you know? But, like, one change that I liked in the show is that in this book, Percy does sort of reconcile that relationship with his father, you know? Mm-hmm. He understands. In the show, it's not so much. In the show, it's left more ambiguous, more open-ended.
Well,
which...
It's probably to make up for, you know, I mean, not make up, to adapt to more modern day, because a lot more kids are like that nowadays.
Well, yeah.
Instead of piecing things together and making common sense, they...
No, it's not that. It's also the way... I feel like a big reason why Percy reconciles with his father is the conversation they have at the end of the book. Oh, yeah, and that's changed in the show.
Fuck, I already forgot the show.
In the show, he doesn't mention anything about his father. He doesn't mention anything about his kid being a mistake. He just says he did good. You know what I mean? And then he sends him away. You know what I mean? He doesn't really give him any closure. It's also because the show has this... It's almost like it's taking the overall message of the books, which is that the gods are shitty people and the demigods hate them.
I mean, they're not people.
Yeah, they're not...
They're beings.
They're shitty beings, still.
Yeah.
And putting it into, like, the first season, which is why we see more resentment in Percy in the first season than we do in this book. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The change isn't all that bad, you know? Personally, I relate with show Percy a little bit more, but I can see where book Percy is coming from and wanting to prove himself to his father. He's 12, you know what I mean? His dad's calling upon him. He goes to sleep, and he has a really weird dream about Kronos. Mm-hmm. Right? We know it's Kronos. He doesn't know who it is, but it's the underworld, and there's this giant pit, you know, and all these souls are there, right?
Starts like grabbing onto him.
Yeah. And the thing starts speaking to him. Yeah, the ghosts are grabbing onto him, and like the voice is speaking to him.
Yeah, he's schizophrenic.
Yeah. And it feels like he's being pulled in, but that's not the case. Percy realizes that it's trying to use him to pull itself out. Not literally, but it's a metaphorical representation of what Cronus has planned.
Now Cronus is trying to do some sick pull-ups on him.
Would Cronus be able to do pull-ups? He doesn't have a body. He's like chopped into little tiny pieces.
He can spiritually do pull-ups.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta stay game even in your mindset.
Dude, this is Baki.
If you, that
dude
would be
getting ripped through his mind.
That'd be a great way to get rid of depression, by the way.
Just in your mind, just instead of thinking about how she cheated on you, you just
think about doing sit-ups in your mind.
I realized what kind of motion that looked. I can't really do pull-ups in the motion like that. All right, this was the best I had.
Randy's laying down in my bed.
Yep.
He's a little sore after last night.
Just like,
Huh?
Anyway, continue.
Did I really go that hard on you?
Percy wakes up, and we get introduced to the best character of this book, Gladiola the pink poodle. Alright? Everybody says hi to the poodle. Say hello to the poodle, Gianni.
Kill yourself.
Say hello, Randy.
Where's the poodle at?
In your heart and mind.
Give me the cat.
No, we're not doing
Give me the cat.
Here he is. Here he is.
So, we're back in my room just because it's windy outside. And I have a lot of stuffed animals, one of them being a Minecraft cat.
We discovered it has a penis.
Didn't you post it?
Yes, I posted it.
Yeah.
If you look at the very first post on our Instagram, it's this cat. It's back again. And,
It's representing the poodle right now.
It's representing the poodle right now. Say hello to the representation of the pink poodle.
Hello, pink poodle. Okay. We'll get into him later on, yeah. He made a certain formation of a hand going straight to the
So,
sky.
Gladiola's not in the book for long, but... The long story short, Gladiola ran away from home. And there is a reward for her return. It's $200, right? Ran away from a rich family. This family loves this poodle. It's a dude, by the way. But it's been dyed pink. It's been given...
It hates life there, bro.
Hates
it's just
life.
miserable.
But he's just like, you know what?
I'll be nice. I can escape again, probably.
I'll leave later. You know what? You guys can take the return money. The train leaves at noon. Trust me, I know. I read the signs. So they, that's the end of that chapter. We never see Gladiola again, unfortunately.
Yep.
Ever.
Gladiolus from Final Fantasy 15.
Yep.
Real. We move on to 2013, I Plunged to My Death. Which, also, this chapter, an entire episode in the show.
Oh, yeah.
We see... Oh, yeah, so they're on a train, and Percy sees, like, a news clipping that says he was spotted blowing up a bus.
Oh, yeah.
He's holding a sword, but it looks like a baseball bat. The mist affects it even in the newspaper. You know what I mean? So, kind of weird. They vibe on the train for a little bit. Nothing happens on the train. He spots some centaurs. He spots a lion in the forest.
Yeah, a golden lion.
Pretty massive.
Eventually tells Annabeth about the dream. Right? And Annabeth starts formulating these thoughts in her mind.
Yeah.
Because obviously they all know the quest is off somehow. And so maybe this has something to do with it. They keep talking and Annabeth starts talking about her father. You know, that he got through his doctor through the help of Athena, and that...
At first, he saw her as a burden, right?
Yeah. Because, I mean, he has work to do, and it's like, bam, here's a fucking kid.
And the kid brings problems. And
he tried to return her to Athena, but
then he married another chick.
When she was 5, right?
Something like
that.
Chick didn't like having Athena around because it jeopardized the two kids they had to get. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Athena. Annabeth. Mm-hmm. Because it jeopardized the two kids her father and stepmom had.
Yeah, because all the monsters kept coming. So she...
Did they just give her, like, Harry Potter syndrome?
No.
Under the stairs.
No, I think it was probably more like they just berated her every single time a monster came around. You know? The whole Bane thing. So she ran away when she was 7. By the way. Which, Jesus fucking Christ. Have you seen how Annabeth looked like when she was 7?
No.
Small.
That's
tiny.
Cool, but this different.
You guys know how
different
7-year-old...
genetics for this one? Alright. She could have been taller.
But like regardless, you guys know what a 7-year-old looks like?
Yeah,
Tiny.
I go outside, Adrian.
I don't.
Yeah, Adrian, of course you would know. You go past the kindergarten every few days.
I live next to an elementary school.
You're not helping out your case, dog.
It's not my fault.
You're not beating these allegations.
We moved here when I was 6, alright? And I've been here since.
You hear that? He's looking up the case files. That's what all those pages turning
That's
into.
what the Chimera... I'm not gonna lie, that art for the Chimera doesn't do it any justice.
For the Chimera?
I feel like it's supposed to be bigger. Its back scrapes against the ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, you can kind of see like on this part of like the actual ceiling, it looks like it will scrape the back, but probably just in the middle of the room.
Yeah. Oh well. Also, I've noticed I say a lot.
Yeah, it's because you're...
I try and cut it out whenever I can, but I always miss them.
I had a clever joke for this, but then I lost it. Never mind. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
That's how she actually looks too.
That's accurate. She runs away when she's 7, and then Athena guided her towards help. You know. Eventually, the train takes them all the way to Denver, but there's a stop in St. Louis, which is where we get the arch, right? Great arch, and Annabeth gets off because she wants to be an architect. She wants to see it. She wants to build things like this. You know what I mean? And she makes a small jab towards Percy, you know, and Percy's like, why can't we work together? Obviously, Poseidon and Athena, have this rivalry because of the whole naming of the city of Athens and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
petty as hell, bro.
Petty, so yeah. But Athena created a chariot. Poseidon created horses. Obviously, those two things need to go together to work. So they've kind of, sort of, indirectly worked together.
Bro, Athena takes Athens, and then next makes George Washington. She basically claims America.
Also, she created the saddle, by the way. So she literally just like, oh, you created horses? Well, here's the thing to ride them. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, bro, he was riding them raw before.
I don't know. No.
What kind of analogy is that?
Barebacked, if you will.
He rode ass.
No! God!
That's sort of how...
Oh, God!
That's how the talking horse boy was born.
Okay.
You guys don't know that story?
No.
No, we don't know any story about...
You said boy
Poseidon,
anyway.
Poseidon was like, Demeter, please, let me hit. And she was like, no. And she turned into a horse to get away. Against the god of horses. So you want to know what he did? He turned into a horse.
He said nay.
One thing leads to another, and you get what happens whenever any male god takes a liking to any female.
Oh, rape?
Yes.
Randy, he said hey.
And then Demeter gives birth to... I forget his name. The horse boy. What's his name? Hold on, I gotta search this up. It's gonna bother me.
This shit's already bothering me. What the fuck?
It is called... Nope, that's not it. Arion. Arion the horse boy. Keep normal horse, except it talks. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I just thought that was funny. But yeah. How did we talk about this?
I don't.
Oh, because all I said was he went back and
then
he decided
Oh yeah,
there's actually more behind that.
The Poseidon Athena rivalry. We learned that
so much rape.
Being underground smells like monsters, which makes sense. I'm assuming monsters smell.
Stinky?
Monsters smell murky. crowded, I guess. I don't know. They have a similar scent, right? It's the reason why Grover doesn't, like, sense this next monster that we're gonna see. Yeah, but they go to the arch. They talk about Hades' Helm of Darkness, which allows him to become darkness, walk through walls, you know, inflict fear on beings, you know. It's cool as fuck. And obviously, because of that, they don't know if Hades is ever watching them. He can probably just
Homie basically becomes the boogeyman from, what was it, the freaking Last Guardian?
The Rise of the Guardians?
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. That's a good movie, by the way. That's a really good movie.
Homie literally becomes the freaking boogeyman right there.
Oogie boogie.
They call me the boogeyman, the way I be sneaking to Adrian's walls at night.
Shut the fuck up. That's that sensation I feel in my sleep.
Okay, continue.
Yep.
Alright. They ride up to the top of the arch. They ride up to the top of the arch. With a bigger sized lady with her chihuahua. Who is, by the way, I fucking hate chihuahuas. I love dogs, I hate chihuahuas.
No, I get
They
it.
are little demons from hell. In this case, literally, as we learn later, they go to the arch and they have to get down. But there's not enough space, so Percy's left at the top of the arch. With the lady and her chihuahua, the park ranger, and a kid with his two parents, right?
Yeah.
And the chihuahua just starts fucking seizing, dude. It starts foaming at the mouth and shit.
Yep. That's honestly, surprised. I'm not surprised that they didn't bat an eye, because that's just a regular chihuahua.
That's just a regular.
That's the least aggressive chihuahua.
You can literally be across the street for them. He wants to pull up.
Yup.
Okay.
That's how a fucking chihuahua is, dude. They're fucking disgusting.
Bro, your titties were jiggling when you were doing that.
Fuck you.
Damn, let me get a squeeze, Adrian.
Fuck off.
I like water balloons. Yeah. You know, this almost made me forget what we were talking about.
Fuck you guys.
Thank God for sleep deprivation.
I'm so tired. Me and Randy laughed for 5 minutes last night because of a little boy in striped pajamas that I just randomly saw. It was
Yes. He popped up and Adrian was like, "Who is this?"
Who the fuck is this?
And we started laughing for 5 minutes straight.
Going
Persona
on.
3 is an amazing game, by the way. You guys gotta play it.
If you say it's not, kill it. Anyway.
The chihuahua turns into a fucking chimera, as are all chihuahuas.
Yep.
Head of the lion, you know, the body of a goat.
Snake tail.
A snake tail that is a diamondback rattlesnake. Huge, by the way.
Silverback.
Lore-wise, there are different, what are these called? Chimeras, too. I think the females, I think they're only female. This one's a young one. Right?
Young blood.
Young blood.
But yeah, they end up, like, instead of getting, like, a lion head, it's a lioness head. Mm-hmm. They keep the goat horns. It also has goat horns. And then I think the snake turns into a different snake. I can't remember. But
it's a fucking schlong snake,
it's just lore that I found out.
It's a fucking long-ass
That's a long-ass snake. We also learned that Echidna was sent by Zeus. Zeus is Percy's ultimate hater in this book. Zeus fucking hates Percy in this book.
Zeus has tried to kill Percy like 3 times now?
Yes. Both lightning strikes. And then Echidna.
Yep.
Bro, I just barely noticed Echidna's
and then
legs, bro.
How many more times after this?
Scales.
How many more times after this?
Uh-huh.
Like another time?
We'll see. We'll see as we get there.
I mean, it looks like she's made out of fucking diamond, bro.
Well, yeah, it's like
scales.
Like the scales, and it's like sort of green, whatever.
Looks more fucking solid metal than anything.
That's true. To be fair, that's probably what hitting her is like, though. Just solid metal.
She was solid.
So Percy's just like, well, this is bad. I can't let these people die. So he tries fighting it and just immediately dies.
Mommy's getting clapped, bro.
He gets bit by the snake. and immediately loses all of his strength.
Mm-hmm.
Loses his sword, falls into the river. Which in this universe...
is right under the arch.
Right under the arch.
What was it again? He thought it was...
He thought it went right under the arch, yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I never seen that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Valid.
But they changed it in the show because I think they shot on set.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had.
Yeah, I can't believe they actually.
It's so funny. It genuinely just looked like they dropped a camera, and then they were like, "All right, shoot the fire hose now." And
bro,
that's legit what that shot looked
off
like.
the fucking arch, bro. She was crazy.
It's really good method acting.
It's so funny how they actually killed Percy and then brought him back to life for that.
I can't believe they killed the stunt double like that.
It's the reason why the fucking show was delayed. They had to go out of their way to go get him back from the underworld, just so that way they could keep up like having the same actor.
They had to dap up Hades real quick. Like, well, this time we'll properly represent you, and they'll be like, and he was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, and they had to take back shots from
They gave him
for letting
the actor.
his son die.
What?
Anyways.
What?
They had to take back shots for Poseidon for letting his son die.
Percy jumps in the fucking river.
Sure he does.
We're gonna move on straight to the...
Yeah, Percy jumps in the fucking river. Because, I mean, there's nothing else he can do. Right? Jumps into the river and dies. Not really.
Doesn't he, like, pray to his dad? He's like, please don't let me die.
Yeah.
Please,
And then Poseidon turned the river into ice to really make sure Percy died.
Yes. We get to chapter 14. I become a known fugitive. Not that long of a chapter, but it's...
I like how none of the authorities questioned how the fuck he lived from jumping all the way up there to the fucking water.
They just forgot. Actually, hold the fuck up, you're right.
That would kill...
That would kill anybody.
For some reason, people think that landing on water should be soft. If you've ever smacked a pool, you'll know exactly why that's wrong.
Yeah.
Surface tension, the moment you break into the water, it will be exactly like landing on concrete.
That's why you make someone fall first, you know what I'm saying?
So, like, a belly flop from, like, a normal height hurts.
It fucking hurt like
you know what I mean?
Didn't you do that, Gianni?
Yeah,
you belly flopped onto water and it messed you up
You could dive into water from, like, a couple 100 feet up, you know, if you're a professional, like, diver. You know what I mean?
They'll know how to properly break the tension before going into the water.
I thought you said perk it.
However, Percy just freeballed it and just dropped straight
free
in.
falling into into water from, like, what is it, above, like...
40 floors.
No, it was like, he said 20 stories. He's
40?
like 40 floors above it. But, like, anything above, like, 20 stories, 20 floors, is, like, sliding onto concrete.
Mm-hmm.
He has a better chance landing onto land at that point.
Yeah.
Because even if he does survive the water, he's drowning.
Yeah.
Either way, he has multiple broken bones.
What if the debris softened it, dog?
The debris softened.
However, he's a son of Poseidon. And obviously, Poseidon's the god of the seas. This is all freshwater, so he's not sure. But he goes and he manages to live. We get to the next chapter.
Doesn't take full.
Chapter 14, I become a known fugitive. Wakes up. Right, and he realizes a couple of things. One, he's not dead and or dying. Right. 2, he can breathe, and 3, he's not wet. He's completely dry.
Yeah.
That is it was the trippiest thing for my brain to try to imagine him not being wet despite being underwater.
I know. Like, imagine you right now underwater, but like the same.
Feel weird.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the videos like people putting like, I forgot what, but like they put like hydrophobic substances on the skin and then they dip it underwater, they come back up and it's completely dry.
Yeah.
And it would basically how it looked like when it was underwater was it looked like a bunch of bubbles surrounding their limbs.
Yeah.
So I would assume that's what he looked like too, just a big old bubble man.
I think because that's scientifically, but we're talking about magic here.
Oh, magically? Yeah, he just looked straight
like just a normal dude in the fucking
It'd be like you Photoshop someone into a river. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
It's completely dry.
That would look so out of place.
I thought of that one fucking photo of the dude that's like swimming deep underwater. His body's just like this. As he's looking to the sunlight, everybody's all like, bro, this is the Aquaman we need.
No, I just think of the monkey swimming though.
Real.
The waiting.
That's what is it? That one scene after the casino episode when he starts swimming in Santa Monica. That's all I was thinking of when he just swims like that. Just
Yeah.
the monkey.
Dude, before we move on, let me just say I hate monkeys. I hate gorillas.
Why?
Dude, they look so nasty, bruh. They look so weird. They look too human-like. And they fling their crap, alright? Have you ever seen a chimp with no hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
They look terrifying, dog.
They do look
Yeah, in the zoo.
They're
Behind
built.
bars.
It is...
Built. We've never seen a gorilla max footage.
You know what? You're right. They need to lift weight. If we lift weights, put them on a protein diet, bruh.
Continue.
They'll be walking around. You know what? I'm convinced gorillas could speak. They're just trying not to.
I mean, have you ever seen Planet of the Apes?
Oh, you right?
Yeah, bro, they were very athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what we were talking about already. Missouri River, he was in the water. He is dry. There we go.
and
He's
then
dry.
somehow we made it to monkeys.
Whenever he touches, because of the monkey
monkeys.
swimming,
Yeah.
whenever
Yeah.
he touches anything, it becomes dry too. He manages to fucking turn on the lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
At
yeah.
the bottom of a river. I don't know how that works. But, I mean.
And then when... What was it? He touched a newspaper and it was dry or something,
A
right?
hamburger.
A hamburger?
wrapper.
And then he started
Yeah, just-
burning it up with the lighter,
Yeah,
and then
started
fucking
burning.
let go, and then
We
had to pull the most
see...
devious prank on your girl. Let go of her.
Oh, God.
Just drowning.
We meet the Nereid. It's just, she's a water spirit,
Mhm.
but the water is really polluted, so she
Yeah.
can barely be there.
Apparently
tells
she's
him-
a baddie.
It looks like his mom. Oh, okay, yeah.
But his mom in the show, though,
There's a baddie.
is a baddie.
We-
Okay, go ahead.
No. First he has to go to Santa Monica. And he's also told not to trust the gifts. Right. But so he retrieves a sword and he pedals back up and comes up next to a floating McDonald's. Reunites with Grover and Beth, tells him what happened, and then we learn that Percy's now on every news channel because now he's a fucking terrorist?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he may have been speaking the
Homie was
wrong
trying to
language
defend
at the wrong
himself from
time.
someone's chihuahua. Had to jump off an arch. Next you know, he's a terrorist, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, imagine trying to kill
How
yourself,
the fuck
right?
did
And
they-
then you get deemed a
Brother,
terrorist.
they just looked at Percy. Oh yeah, he blew it up.
This
The
little
witnesses just
12-year-old
watching him fight the chihuahua. Oh, and then he casually blew it up in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they see...
Willie.
We'll get
They
there,
managed
actually.
to see something. The woman, the mom,
Mhm.
like, saw it, and she's like,
Oh yeah. They saw
Yeah.
like the actual monster. They were like, holy shit.
yeah.
To be fair, I don't think the mist could come up with anything at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The mist was like, alright, I
The
give
chihuahua
up.
just turns into a grown ass man with a fucking flamethrower.
Oh, God. I can believe that.
We get to the next chapter, which is also another whole episode by itself. Chapter 15, the God buys us cheeseburgers.
Damn, I'll be like dapping up Aries, bro. I'll be like, give me them cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Right now. Especially in the show, bro. Homie said here. It's a fucking
Yep.
stack.
Oh, I would love...
So they
Damn,
managed
I'm
to get
hungry,
back on
bro.
the train and go to Denver.
You love them.
Right. They hop off at Denver, and they decide to call camp using a car wash and a drachma. The rainbow goddess Iris sends messages across wavelengths.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, she's cool.
If they actually made that scene with the fucking rainbow and then it just switched to the call, so many memes could be made off of that shit.
Dude, you know, what if someone was
Just
showering and they were
just
like booty butt naked?
Yeah,
and
that's what I was
reflections,
thinking. You know?
bro. Yeah. Like, what are they...
It's just the meme of like the dude butt naked twerking throwing it back.
Oh, God. Have you ever seen the meme of that fake ninja throwing it back?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Imagine that just happening to
The
their
music in the
You
face.
just-
background.
Do you think it's like
I'll be
FaceTiming
Bob.
someone? It's like FaceTiming someone
bro.
whenever, and
Yeah.
they have to pick up no matter what they're doing.
Imagine taking a piss and then fucking someone's just calling you from behind.
It's like, ah.
Imagine clapping
Fuck.
someone's cheeks, bro, in the middle of that. Like, hold on, guys, I'm a bit busy here. Give me a second.
Girlfriend catches you cheating like that.
Like, hold on, girl, I'm almost done with him.
Oh my god.
It's her brother.
Whoa!
Moving on.
Hey, we did say 18 plus here.
Moving on. Anyways, so they call camp and they see Luke instead of Chiron. And Luke gets a little bit flushed because she has a crush on him.
Yeah.
Gets a little flood. When you say Luke,
Annabeth gets a little bit.
I was about to say, yo, Luke is 19. Right?
He is,
Yeah,
I
he's
think
19.
He is
He's old as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's literally as old as us.
7 years older. Oh, wow.
Yeah. If he liked her, he would have been a pedophile.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Which is why they sort of ditched that aspect in the show. Because, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's not that weird. There's a lot of kids who have crushes on adults like that,
Yeah.
though.
That's why I said it would have been. Well, it would have been weird if you liked her back. That's what I said.
But she gets a little bit flushed, and luckily and also unluckily, a car pulls up in the next stall and just starts bumping music, you know?
Yeah. Like Mexicans here be blasting their freaking corridos at 2 in the morning.
Though,
We are those Mexicans. We have... Our parties are loud as fuck.
Yeah. We're obnoxious, bro.
She decides to
Outrageous.
use that as an excuse, takes Grover away so that way she doesn't have to talk to Luke anymore. And it leaves Percy with Luke, you know?
Yeah, Grover and Annabeth proceed to whoop ass in the fucking dudes in his
Yeah.
All
car.
that, yes.
Just try to get your car washed. Fucking...
Like, hey, yo, pull over here, bro. There's freaking bird crap all over our car. And then some 12-year-old kids start beating you up just for chilling with your friends. Just
beating you up because you have fucking music, dog.
yeah. It's like, check out Drake's new album, and then you get beat up for it. You know what? Actually, you deserve it if you're playing Drake's new albums out loud like that.
Yes. Well, anyways, we learned from Luke that things at camp are tense. You know, somehow word got out that Zeus and Poseidon are fighting, and Aphrodite, Ares, and Apollo are siding with Poseidon, and Athena's siding with Zeus.
Damn, more beef to be made.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, you know, Percy just tells Luke about what's been happening. He asks about the shoes, and Percy lies, obviously, because, you know,
I'm wearing them. They're great.
they're wonderful.
They fit so snug.
Luke makes a comment just like, it's gonna be better. No one's gonna turn into a pine tree this time if he just... And then it goes away. So...
Just leaves that little fucking... Just fact.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right.
It's
like, you guys ever seen that video of like two dudes fighting and then the announcer just says, both of these fighters have had custody battles involving their children. Like, he just decided to drop that
like
fact.
that one fight with like Rey Mysterio and that other guy for custody of his child.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that one?
No.
You've never seen that?
No.
Rey Mysterio had a fight with another wrestler over custody of his child.
What?
This is the most important fight in Rey Mysterio's career. It was like a ladder match or something. Yeah.
Anyway.
What is it? Was this wrestling? What was this?
Insane. WWE.
Of course it was, dude.
Yeah.
Only something crazy could be thought of by them, bro.
Fighters and then custody
Battles involving their children. Man, that's exactly what Luke was saying, bro. Like, yeah, no one will die and turn into a tree if you just... And then just cuts it out.
That guy failed before.
Yeah. Remember when you failed to save someone? And they died right in front of your eyes and turned into a tree? And he basically just dropped that.
Both of your teammates were on his last failed.
Oh my God. Alright. Go ahead and give us fun facts, Adrian.
It was what?
Go ahead and give us the fun facts.
Yeah, fun facts on the
fun
story.
facts. They're hungry. So they decide to go to a diner.
Me too.
Me too.
They go to the diner and they're about to come up with some sob story to get some food.
Same.
When Ares pulls up. He's got a motorbike.
Chatted out, bro. He's
out.
fucking leathered up. He got the fucking glasses on.
Massive bulge, just sunglasses, a shotgun on the side.
He has like slick back hair or something.
He has like a crew cut. A military crew cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's slick back in the...
I will never stop seeing Duke Nukem as Ares.
He has a skin that's made out of human... He has a seat, a motorcycle seat that's made out of human skin.
The fucking gas tank has flames on it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. He's got shotguns on it. Like actual shotguns.
Yeah, it's probably in the back though.
I love freedom.
Freedom. You don't carry a weapon, punk. I love this country. Best things in Sparta.
Yeah.
That's not a compliment, by the way.
What happened?
I mean, he has that fucking Vegeta.
Really?
He really does have Vegeta here. Kakarot. My barber messed up, dog.
Bro, he has a fucking jawline though. Holy shit.
What's his name? Bulma?
Yeah, Bulma.
His wife.
Bulma's never gonna forgive me for this. And he has like a low taper fade with the same hairline.
Stop denying your feelings, Vegeta. Kakarot, I miss you.
Oh God. Oh, God. It's so fun doing freaking their voices impressions and immediately making them say something gay.
Imagine getting your ass whooped by a 12-year-old when you look like this.
For real. I mean, to be fair, Ares is kind of dumb.
Bro, he peaked in high school, right?
He peaked in high school.
Yeah, his high school was when they were at Rome.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Well, Ares has the power to make people mad. We learned this because they go forward, right? And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, he sits down with them and offers to pay with some golden drachmas, and he has the ability to get people mad. Percy starts getting pissed, right? Takes off his sunglasses and
there's just fucking fireballs.
Just fire. He says mini nuclear explosions in his eyes. Right. Duke Nukem. We learned that Ares is the one that told Poseidon about Hades. So he's just like, yo, yeah, framing someone else's side of war, classic trick. That's what Ares is doing. He's framing Hades. You know?
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense looking at it, because this is something that was not detailed in the show. But it's something that helps build up,
Instead, we had fucking Grover gaslighting him the whole time.
I did like that.
That was pretty funny.
That was funny.
And the camera angles, bro, come on, man. They will never beat those camera angles. You can see those on the Demi-God discussion Instagram. Mm-hmm. And you can also talk about it with this handsome host, 9093 for
Someone's gonna figure out your number sooner or later.
Well, how are they gonna figure out, bro? He only gives like the first 5 numbers.
Only like 70 people now. They all have to band up to really make my phone die.
We also learned that Ares lost his shield, and he's tasking them to go prove themselves and bring it back.
It's just like the show. Like that.
Percy says, fuck you, right? But he can't get Ares mad, because, you know.
He's a god.
He's a god. They decided to undertake the quest. All 3 of them go.
Yeah, unlike the show where Grover had to stay in Gaslight.
Grover stayed, yes.
Yeah. And also Ares disappeared when was it Percy accepted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closed his eyes, opened them back up, he was gone. I like the show's take of this episode a little bit more. Cause
I liked it a lot more. I'm gonna be real.
It builds upon the relationship between Annabeth and Percy. You know what I mean? It adds depth to that. It grows Annabeth's character, you know? Plus we get introduced to Hephaestus, which is always fun. In the book, it's a little bit more of a fetch quest. It's not bad, but this is something that the show did improve upon. So they go to Waterland.
They needed something better after that casino.
Oh yeah, we gotta trade off. We got a better theme park. In exchange, we got a worse casino.
I love Poker Face. It's in Fortnite, by the way.
It is?
Yes.
Guess I gotta download the update.
I don't want that shitty game.
Here's something.
Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
It's in?
Yes.
Gianni.
Numb by Linkin Park. Misery Business by Paramore. Feel Good Inc. By Gorillaz. I'm telling you, they popped off.
Okay, I guess this week.
Yeah. Looks like you're playing
Fortnite again.
I'm about to spend some money on these fucking.
No, at least. I mean, I always have you in the fucking band thing anyway.
True. He's gonna be our sugar daddy now.
Yes.
Fucking
man.
What do you mean talking about? He's barely making up his fees. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Adrian immediately started tearing up when you said that, by the way.
I'm so fucking poor.
Yeah, you are.
Real.
I spent all my money on Fortnite and Legos.
Gay porn.
No, I get that with Randy.
This is what
we share a subscription.
This is what it feels like to be freaking paying off bills sometimes. Just
one must imagine Sisyphus happy.
It's an endless struggle to have money, bruh.
Literally. So they go to Waterland.
Me chilling with like the minimum shit ever.
They go to Waterland. They steal some merchandise, clothing. You know. We get a little bit of lore, a little bit of backstory exposition. Hephaestus constantly tries to catch Aphrodite and Ares in the act of making out.
Yeah, it's basically a fucking reality TV show at this
If we're being more realistic, he tries to catch them fucking.
Oh yeah, they definitely smashed on that.
Bro, fake Olympus.
On that. Oh god.
Oh my god.
I forgot about fake Olympus. Adrian remembers it quite well.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he has a description just for...
Where the hell did we come up with the term
Jesse.
fake? Jesse Taylor.
Yeah,
what even happened for him to come up with that? We were talking about Zeus, obviously.
Yeah, we were talking about Zeus, and then we were talking about all the gods fucking, and he was like,
oh yeah, fake
bro,
Olympus.
they just start fake Olympus, bro. Yo, fake taxi.
Dude, no. That's probably a thing. Because
Yeah.
Olympus has, like, its own TV channel, like
Yeah,
Hephaestus TV.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of porn.
100%.
There's probably so much godly porn.
There's definitely a lot of animal
Literally
stuff for
godly
sure, bro.
Huh?
Freaking, they all turn into animals and have
Oh
sex,
my god,
bro. There's gotta be
they're
animal stuff
probably
there.
into bestiality. That's probably legal on Olympus, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. All
I
these
hate.
gods are
You know
sick
what? I
fucks.
hate the Greeks.
They're all sick fucks.
Yes.
They're like, they're
I don't
probably like,
think
I
about that.
understand, being a whale's a lot better.
Oh god. You know what? I like having meat this massive. Oh,
Yeah, they're
you know what?
horses.
Let's just move on.
And they're...
Huh?
How do you think Poseidon felt?
They fuck as animals. Sometimes they fuck as their own children. It's Zeus turned into Artemis to fuck. What was it? Calliope? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who is Calliope?
Calliope was a hunter of Artemis, right? And she was in love with Artemis. This was not forbidden because she was a hunter, so she swore off men and love when concerning men. So she was like, I can love Artemis. You know, this is legal. Artemis did not love her back, unfortunately. However, Zeus knew this.
Loser.
So he turned into his daughter. Just like, Calliope, I love you. Take off your clothes. And Calliope, smitten as she was with the goddess, complied. You know, she's just like, I've never done this with a girl before. And Artemis says, well, you're not going to. Turns into Zeus and rapes her. Artemis finds out and she can't do anything to her father, so she expels Calliope from her hunt because she's no longer a virgin. No moral to that story. It's just a story.
The law is a law. Anyway, continue.
I guess the moral of the story is there is no justice in this world.
Well, actually, there kind of is. A son of Poseidon raped the daughter of Ares, so Ares killed the dude, right?
That's the first time I heard a dude getting backlash from raping
So
someone
Ares was
in a
put
Greek
on a
story.
trial by the gods, and the gods are just like, it's okay. So he got off scot-free.
That's the only time justice has ever been done concerning rape.
Ares, canonically, Greek mythology canonically, Ares is a very good parental figure. Loves his children. You know, looks after them.
Damn, in the show, I hate them. They always be
Fucking hate kids!
They always be complaining to me about their drawings or whatever. I forgot.
All their problems. A bunch of bitches.
We've been talking for about an hour now.
Yeah.
Like 50 minutes.
Oh my god.
This one has been a lot of tangents for some reason. I don't know why. It's not because I feel like it's
sleep deprivation.
It's sleep deprivation, and because we've reviewed this a couple times already. We're gonna keep going on. They find the thrill ride Olaf, right? And they see Aphrodite's scarf and the shield. No. He gets mad at Annabeth for making it complicated. Yeah. Because now he's embarrassed.
He's all like, why do women always make shit complicated? Then she was all like, why do
boys make... He's just like, why do women always mess things up? And she's like, why do boys always make things so complicated?
There you go.
Literally. So they go...
To be fair, I would be pretty pissed if my life was on the line and someone was complaining about that. Like, damn, just go in. Okay, that can be taken out of context very easily.
They get the shield and also the scarf, which has some love magic on it, right? Annabeth takes it. As he goes to pick up the shield, he triggers a tripwire. The cupids come to life and trap them in with a golden metal thread. And then we get Randy's worst nightmare. Millions of spiders.
Mm-hmm.
I sped ran.
Yeah,
crawling all over them.
Sped ran?
The little tiny legs on their arms and legs. Oh, that hit my face.
Okay, anyway. Spiders were attacking.
Annabeth freaks the fuck out.
Yeah, she has Randy syndrome, you know.
She has arachnophobia. She freaks the fuck out, so Percy has to drag her back to the boat.
Percy has to fucking 1v a million right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he tries to turn on the ride whatever way he can. He tries to get Grover to like turn on the water, you know, because there's millions of spiders. They're gonna die, but it's not working. So Percy summons a feeling in his gut, right? Bam, and rushes the water all in, right? He controls it, tries to keep it from capsizing, you know, and it starts rushing towards like the rest of the ride. Unfortunately, the entrance is chained up, and 2 other boats have already been destroyed. One cracked in half, the other one submerged. So Percy gets this great idea. They're gonna use the lift of the crash to send them over, right?
Yeah.
He ends up, Annabeth was just like, okay, we gotta do it on my mark, you know? Yeah. Which is good, because if they did it when Percy did it, they would have fucking died. Yeah. Annabeth gives them maximum lift, which is a little bit too much.
I'll be right back. Mom's calling me. Keep going.
Okay. So Percy... They get caught by Grover, right? And they fall down, bam. They live, which is wonderful. And eventually, they go back to the diner for Ares. That's the end of that chapter. Next chapter. Chapter 16, we take a zebra to Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
In the show, there is not a zebra.
Yeah, there's
not a zebra in the show, despite it being called the same. It was a camel, a turtle, was
it panther? Wasn't there like a panther or something?
No. Oh no, my dog's in here now.
You're gonna hear.
Close the door.
Alright. What? We're gonna have her as a special guest.
Evan, what are your thoughts about Zeus's antics?
Notice how she showed you her ass.
That's so real.
What?
Wait, so what part are we on right now?
The zebra,
just the beginning 16, of the next chapter.
Oh, okay.
So they go back, and Ares, dude, she's so loud. She's so loud. She wants to go outside. Can you open the door?
Bruh, you literally forced your way in here, and now you want to leave?
It's too hard to breathe.
Bye, Mama.
Just have to oxygen for it.
Stuff the towel back up there.
Dude, she absorbs oxygen. And that alone takes up like a liter of oxygen.
Yeah.
It also takes up 50% of her energy just to breathe.
Yeah. That's depressing to think about.
So, I feel so... She's so...
She's...
No, she's not ugly.
She's cursed, bro.
Fugly.
She's cute in a fugly way.
Yeah, it's like fucking ugly.
It's like
you know when something's like really ugly to the point where it's almost adorable? No. That's her. You know?
Yeah.
I have a little English bulldog. Her name's Avena. She's adorable. She's wonderful. She has so many allergies. She lives in...
She also rapes me.
She is very horny.
Yeah, she pulls a Zeus on Randy.
Yep.
Yeah.
This seems to be a normal behavior.
She has tried to rape me every single time I come over.
Yeah, and then she starts to come over, Randy.
Oh!
What the hell?
Oh, I don't want to think about that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh!
That's how all of Zeus's victims sound right now.
Oh god!
We're done. We're done.
Moving on.
I have to cut out so much so we don't get canceled. Oh my
No,
god.
it's fine. Let this stay in.
No.
The audience deserves the truth
No, they don't.
about
Not
what
at the
happens.
cost of our
This is
own
my
well-being.
coming out story. I've been raped by your dog.
Oh my god. Moving on. Ares gives them a ride in the backpack in the kindness animal humane transport. Right? He's being a little bit of a bitch. They get a picture taken of them, which, you know, Percy thinks is gonna be like, 12-year-old beats up innocent biker. You know what I mean? We also learn that Percy's mom isn't dead. She's not dead. Right? Some way, somehow. And Percy is just like, huh? Because she's been taken hostage, you know? So that way he can be controlled. He's like, I'm not being controlled. Is he, though? We'll get to that later.
Yep. Damn, bro.
So I say, drink some water. Stay hydrated, kids.
Don't be dehydrated. Faint during class. Plus, you shouldn't be a kid. He said 18 plus last episode. So Adrian's already breaking his rule. He wants the kids
Stay
over.
hydrated, people.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
It's very important.
People?
So-
That implies that they could be kids.
Man, shut the fuck up.
So you're
They
breaking
hop on the bus. Not the bus, the truck. And they find a couple of animals. They find a zebra that has chewing gum on it, a male albino lion, and a gazelle. Right? Gazelle? Yeah.
Isn't there a
their
lot-
food has
yeah.
been switched around,
Yeah.
apparently.
They had to have done that. These people must be so fucking shitty. They're gonna give the turnips to the lion. Really?
But when I read this, it was like a fucking... It just sounded like I was playing like an RPG. It's like we had to collect stuff and switch it around. Those types of missions.
Yeah.
These people have to be assholes.
That's terrible business practice, too.
I know.
Well,
Like-
they're illegally smuggling them. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Annabeth gives some context on her arachnophobia, just because, you know, the whole Arachne story.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened? Arachne?
Arachne boasted that she was better than
Athena.
Athena at weaving.
and then
So they went
Athena
into a
said-
weaving contest, where Athena was also the winner, because she was also the judge.
She
But
was the judge and the contestant.
objectively, they were both about the same. But she was just like, well, I win, and also I cast upon you great shame.
Turns into a fucking spider woman.
No.
Huh?
Arachne feels great shame, because I guess gods can do that. They can just make you feel something. Her shame is so great that she fucking kills herself. She hangs herself from the rafters. Athena is just like, I feel bad. Let me go talk to her. Arachne, oh my fucking god. And so she turns her into a spider. And the noose becomes, which is why all, the spiders, they weave webs and whatever. Obviously she's gonna hold a fucking grudge against Athena, you know what I mean? The actual myth is a little bit different in the book, just because, I mean, again, there's always different interpretations,
Yes.
but... Yeah.
Either way.
Either way, Athena caused someone to kill themselves. So, she's like every bully back in 2005, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They had so much guts back then. What happened? Now they're posting memes about other kids in school now. They're like, damn, bro, only in Nashville, Oregon, or whatever, bro.
Dude, these fucking 14-year-olds have gotta stop posting memes. Alright, fuck off. I said this last episode.
The what?
Did you pray today?
Oh, God.
I said this last
Did you
episode.
pray today?
I hate when kids post memes. Go back to school. Fuck off.
Yeah, I was born in 2004. How did you know? And I was like,
I hate those memes. I hate them so fucking much. I'm not old.
No, you're old. You're ancient.
Yeah, your titties are sagging.
Yeah. They're gonna wrinkle
Anyways.
just as much.
My nuts.
Anyways, we learn a little bit more
Our nuts will
backstory.
look like our face.
We learn a little bit more backstory of of Thalia.
Yeah.
Annabeth met up with Thalia and Luke. Their Grover protector. Fuck, I'm mixing up all my words. I'm so tired. Their Seder protector was Grover.
Yeah.
And he was only supposed to get Thalia back to the camp. But he couldn't leave all three of them. Got nervous, took a couple of wrong turns, and that ended up with Thalia being a pine tree.
Yeah, as we can see.
What happened? She died, and then Zeus was like, alright, tree.
He was like, please, no, my daughter. You won't actually die. Calm down.
Yep.
You're fine.
You could be a support character now.
You could be a support character.
Tree.
Now you could support the wildlife.
Yep. Right. Raccoons will love making you its home. Or squirrels.
Yes. Grover goes to sleep, and we learned that Annabeth tried living with her dad a little bit before. Same thing kept happening. Monsters fighting. She goes back to camp. Doesn't even make it through winter break. Right? Percy decides to get some sleep. In his sleep, he sees Thalia. Right? He also spies on who we learn later is Kronos and Luke. You know what I mean? Obviously, Luke doesn't talk in the show during this dream, and we don't see Thalia. They don't want to cast her yet. You know what I mean? Just because... You know what I mean? Aging, wise, and whatever.
Yeah.
Sure.
And also, in this scene in the show, the traitor doesn't speak. Why? Because then we would know who it is. We would recognize their voice. In the book, they can get away with it because we don't hear their voices. Percy just says it's a voice he almost recognizes, right? It's Kronos and Luke. You know what I mean? We just learned a couple things that this traitor smuggled it out of Olympus and got caught and had to be saved, right?
Yeah.
We also learned that this transport are illegal animal smugglers, so they decide to free them, right? And also Percy can hear the zebra, by the way.
Yeah, because zebras what? Like,
zebras are
connected to horses.
Connected to horses.
Yeah. What was it? He was like, free me, master.
Free me, Lord.
Lord, please. So they release all the animals. They release them into the wild. They have a satyr's blessing, so that way they can find the wild. They can find everything they need until they reach the wild.
All right.
Oh, not his cock.
You know, they get off and they just wander the strip for a little bit. They get to a dead end. What's at this dead end? The Lotus fucking Casino.
Yeah.
The
Lotus what kind of casino?
The way they describe this casino, 40-foot tall water slide, indoor bungee jumping, rock climbing, VR, hundreds upon hundreds of video games.
Then they also the room number was like fucking 4,001.
4,001. Right? At least 3 showers in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Giant TV. He drinks 3 cans of Coke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's just, this place is wonderful.
Also, all the fucking cards are like unlimited money too.
Unlimited amounts of money on their cards. They have a shooting range on their fucking balcony. You know, to shoot clay pigeons. How is that legal? Who fucking knows? Who fucking cares?
Grover shooting fucking freaking
red-blooded American hunters as a
fucking deer.
Yeah.
They decide to hang out.
It reminded of the fucking Adventure Time episode where it's like the fucking deer.
Yeah. Oh my god! Like the fucking hands.
Yeah.
Was it? I don't know his name. He creeps me the fuck out. He's weird, dude.
Yeah.
I don't really remember that. I watched Adventure Time when I was a kid, but I don't really remember that much.
The lore for Adventure Time is so fucking weird, dude.
There's always that one episode that's just weird. Remember when they all became feet people?
Yes. For some reason, all the most of the shows that we grew up watching just had a bunch of creators behind it that were just like, let me add really intense lore behind this children's show. Adventure Time, Gravity Falls, you know, all this other shit. You know what I mean? A lot of lore. Yeah. Ben 10 has a lot of lore too.
Avatar: Last Airbender.
That started off with some years of lore.
Yeah, it started off with relatively simple lore. Legend of Korra decided to be like, all right, now you're gonna see the first Avatar. Now you're gonna find out that.
And then you get the comics and the books. Yang Chen has 2 books. Kyoshi has a book.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
what
gonna be
I mean?
real. I don't like what the Legend of Korra did to the lore, the whole world building of it. I liked its attempts though.
I like Legend of Korra. Season 3 and 4 of Legend of Korra are the best seasons, by the way. Also, I have
Season
the
2,
Avatar
really?
Legend.
I thought it was. I thought
4,
the freaking Water Tribe one was the lamest.
I said 3 and 4.
3 and 4? Oh, I thought you said 2, 3, and 4.
No, seasons 3 and 4 are the best.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I like the pro bending aspect in season 1.
I didn't want to fucking watch it.
Yeah, I'm still kind of upset that they didn't follow all the way through with that whole bending thing.
And that would have been so cool.
Right, but instead, no, he's a bender who's actually been manipulating them. And then what happens to all the non-bending people? They do nothing.
Yeah.
So much potential in that show that they just didn't.
Well, it's because after the first season they greenlit the second, but they didn't greenlit anything else. You know, they only greenlit one season, and then they greenlit another one. That's why seasons 3 and 4 pair well together, because they were both greenlit at the same time.
Thank God.
You know? Like, for Avatar, I think The Last Airbender had all 3 seasons greenlit, I think, at the beginning, you know? Regardless, I also have the Avatar Legends role-playing game, which is non-canon, but adds no things. Going back to the show.
Bro, when he was doing
I just realized we were talking about the show.
Anyway.
Going back to the book.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Percy notices something a little weird when he starts talking to Disco Dan over here. You know what I mean? Says things are groovy, yada yada.
Starts using some slang from back then.
Realizes that he's been there since 1977. Talks to other people. 1985, 1992, you know? And, you know, so he's just like, holy fucking shit. He goes and gets Annabeth and Grover. You know, he distracts them from their games. They go out. They've been in there for 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
But they've only been in there for like a couple hours. I did the math. Disco Dan has been in there for 2 weeks. But outside has been 28 years. So, I did the math. Every
you spent
day,
25 minutes
I spent
on this math, by the way.
Because I don't know, I was so tired, but I managed to do it. To Disco Dan, every 1 day is 720 days outside. Alright? That's like about 2 years. Every hour is about a month. Right? Every hour is about a month outside. So he's been in there for so fucking long. By this calculation, the gang would have only had to have been in there for 13 minutes to have been in there for 5 days. Right, I think I did that math correctly. A little bit. But if we go by Percy's math, if they've been in there for like 3 hours and it's been about 5 days, it roughly comes out to like about time moves half as slow. You know what I mean? But if we go by that math, Disco Dan would have had to have been there for 14 years to have stayed in there for 28 years. You know what I mean? Adrian from the future here for a quick update. I was wrong on Percy's math. If they've been in there for 5 hours and 5 days has passed, time does not move half as fast. It's just 1 hour is about 1 day. That's the time that I'm giving myself. Which means Disco Dan would actually have to have been in there for a little bit over a year. Like 425 days, I think is the correct math. To have been in there for 28 years in real life. If I've done that math correctly. That's about a little bit over 425 days. How is this solved? It's not. It's magic. I don't fucking know.
Weren't they also so absorbed in the fucking things that maybe his, like, perception of time was just really fucked?
I feel like that's what had to have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know? They don't age. I feel like you stop aging once you get there. It's not like
a fucking fountain of youth right there. Shit.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like if you stay there for a year,
go to
you don't
Casino.
age a year. No, it's because fuck. I don't know. I don't know if you age while you're in there. Because, like, you age by perception of time,
well,
so if you stay in there for 2 weeks, you age 2 weeks even though time has passed.
Only
or
problem
maybe you stay
is
the
that
same age, I don't know.
the problem with that is if you are aging, it would probably take centuries of outside time to even notice it. Because say he went in there when he was 14, right? Mm-hmm. And we go by your math, 2 weeks in there, he's been there for 28 years. Imagine how much longer they would have to wait until he becomes 15.
If every day is about 2 years.
That's a long time.
That's a
really long time.
Actual centuries.
Like, civilizations would fall by the time he even reaches.
Multiple would rise and fall by the time he even ages a year. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on. We get to the next chapter. We shop for waterbeds. This is a nice chapter that's unfortunately not really in the show.
Krusty literally got fucking collapsed in the show.
I just realized
also,
we have an hour.
Annabeth ruins the economy by giving a taxi driver infinite money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is why we have so much inflation. Thank Annabeth for that.
Thank you. Fucking bitch. You're the reason I have to pay $5 for gas.
A gallon.
But because of that, they never did, the speedometer never dips below 95 all the way to LA. They get to Santa Monica. Well, they talk about Percy's dream.
Fucking kill myself.
They talk about Percy's dream, but the Lotus Casino kind of fucked with him a little bit, so he can't really remember all that much. He can't remember that they call the dude the Crooked One, you know, which would have pinpointed as Kronos, but he can't remember. They go to Santa Monica, and Percy just walks into the ocean. Just fucking strolls right in.
Anime character moment.
Yeah. Yep. Sees a shark, goes all the way to the abyss.
Yeah. The shark is basically his pet at that point.
Yeah.
He's just chilling with it.
We meet the Nereid again, who's a spirit of the sea. Naiads are spirits of fresh water.
Yeah.
But we meet the Nereid. She tells him that, like, Poseidon can't show favoritism, but he sees him, gives him three pearls, right, to escape from the underworld. Then he leaves, and they have to go find the DOA recording studios. They can't really find anything, though. They pass by a news screen, and we see that fucking Gabe has a grief counselor and shit, you know? It's so fucking weird. Like, why? Regardless, Percy tries to fucking kill a kid. Can we talk about that?
So, for context, a bunch of kids start ganging up on them. They look like rich white kids. Percy pulls out the sword.
And just so swings.
And most of them are like, okay, this dude pulled out a whole sword. What the hell are we getting ourselves into? One of them was dumb enough to just be like, you know what? And walked up to him like a JoJo character. Percy tried to slash at him. Didn't work, obviously.
Didn't work.
So he ran.
So they run and they get into Krusty's waterbed palace. Right? They go in and he seems like a kind of weird, chill dude. He looks crusty, according to Percy. But he tries selling them waterbeds. And Annabeth and Grover both get on the beds. And
more like forced onto it.
Well, Grover goes on. Annabeth is forced onto it. And then they both get tied. Percy, master of improv here, starts sucking up to Krusty, just like, these waterbeds are so
starts gaslighting her.
The glazing becomes very real.
And he sees, by the way, there's a Valentine's Day bed that has a dynamic system for anti-waves. We all know what that's for.
Yeah.
You know? But he's just like, no waves, really? Like, even for you, you're huge, dude. Really? Dude, no fucking way. No, show me. Show me, dude. You have to show me. Bam! And then fucking ties him up and cuts off his head.
Yep.
You know? And then frees the other two. That's the end of that chapter. Pretty quick chapter, you know?
He didn't cut off his head, by the way.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Not in the show, he didn't.
Just, he didn't.
No,
he didn't cut off his head.
No, he cut off his head.
What? He cut off his head? I could have sworn he didn't.
Yes, he said he was like, if he was a human, it wouldn't hurt him anyway. And if he was a monster, well, he deserved to be gone for a little bit. Bam! You know? Because Krusty is actually Procrustes, who, you know, tried to kill Theseus and everything, you know.
Dongius?
Yeah, bro.
Dongius? I just really processed in my mind right now. Dongius? You know, moving on.
Chapter 18. Annabeth does obedience school. Right? They end up finding the DOA recording studio because they get the thing from Krusty's waterbed palace. There are a bunch of dead people in there. They're sort of transparent, you know, like when you look at them straight on. But I mean, okay. Oh, we've released better. Okay.
Holy crap. Alright, sorry, we're gonna have to speed run this.
It's been an hour and 15 minutes. We don't have much long left in the book.
Sure. It's only like 4 chapters of the book. Nope, where are my thighs?
5 chapters.
That's how I always do that, son.
I know, you fucking showed me.
Oh! Okay. So, basically, they go up to Charon, who he mistakes as Chiron, and Charon goes on a tangent to him about, it's Charon?
You know,
oh my
Mr.
gosh.
Charon?
With my Italian suit.
Italian suits, you know.
Yeah, dripped out.
My chiseled jawline.
I always imagine him with like a cigar there.
Also, they all died in a bathtub.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's their story.
They all died in the same bathtub.
Charon manages to sniff out that they're not dead, and Percy starts bribing him. You know, he's just like, you deserve
a raise.
so much more. You know,
You're
like...
not treated well.
You know what? You treat yourself.
I can fix it.
He was like, you gotta give me more than that. And then Percy pulls out a whole mountain of coins, and he's like, alright, get in the back.
Yeah, he's just like, it's almost full anyway, you guys can just hop on, you know? And then the shades are there for, like, forever, basically, until Charon's just like, whatever, you guys can come in, you know what I mean?
Yep. And then, as they're on the boat, going through, it begins to look more like the underworld. Everyone gets robes. And then Charon looks creepy as hell. What was it? He had black sunken eyes.
Yeah. No pupils, nothing in his eyes. His skin turns transparent. So you can see his skull. We see the river Styx, which is just completely polluted with hopes and dreams that never came true.
Yep.
We see that there
Wasn't there like toys there?
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah.
That's pretty dark.
That's it. There are 3 lanes to get into Erebus. Erebus being I think the old name for the underworld. 3 lanes, easy death, and then like the attendant ones, just so like you don't want to get judged, you know what I mean? Just go straight through. The other ones are maybe you did some good in life, you know, and you want to get judged.
Nope.
We also see I have just here Lamborghini for the Lord, the televangelist.
Oh yeah, the televangelist.
Who was using all his money for gold-plated toilets.
Like, he would scam people, right?
Bro, I just fucking love the Lamborghini for the...
What was it? He died in a police car chase?
In a car chase. He got ran off the road in this Lamborghini for the Lord. We also get the thing that, like, humans see different hells. You know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously he's maybe... He can say he's not Christian, you know, he doesn't follow Christian values, but that could be his religion. He doesn't see the same thing that they see, you know what I mean?
So he probably sees a lot of fire.
Yeah. We also see that Cerberus is a Rottweiler. Like the show, you know?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So to get past Cerberus, Annabeth gives him like a red rubber ball, you know? He just needs some playtime, you know what I mean? Chapter 19, we find out the truth, sort of. We get an overview of, like, the underworld, right? The fields of Asphodel, depressing. Millions of souls.
Yeah.
Just...
all the grass is all fucking trampled on.
Yeah. They're kind of hard to look at, you know? You can't really see anything.
Yeah, they tried talking to the crew, but once they realize that they can't hear them, they just give up and look all sad.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he even mentions that, like, the dead aren't, like... I forgot. But that the dead are just sad.
Mm-hmm. We also see the fields of punishment, which are terrifying. You like torture, running through cacti naked, listening to opera music. You know what I mean?
Running from monsters, being burned at the stake.
Yeah.
This is pretty heavy for
a middle school book.
A middle school book.
That shit was an
There's
elementary
also
school. Over there, Palmetto has that shit.
Actually, yeah, you're right. They showed us that over there in Citrus in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Hey, I was reading that shit. I looked at that shit when I was in 4th grade.
There's also Elysium.
He's gonna be a big boy. Why?
Which is where all the good people go to. And then if you have the chance to get reincarnated, and if you do good again, you go to one of the Isles of the Blessed. You incarnate again, bam, again, bam. The islands get smaller, because obviously not many people choose to be reborn, you know? And if they do, maybe they don't always go to Elysium, you know what I mean?
Not only that...
They're really small.
Yeah, they realize just how little people did good.
Yeah.
When they look at Elysium.
It's depressing.
We're not making this.
Yeah. They start walking, and then Grover's flying shoes start on their own, you know? And they start fucking yeeting through, like...
hauling ass through a fucking forest, right?
Yeah. Through the forest. Up to Hades' palace, turn.
Yeah.
Turn. Fucking hard right. to this narrow passage, and then we see Tartarus. It's the thing that Percy's been seeing in his dreams, right? Shoes fall off, right, of his hooves because they never fit on quite right. Bam, down straight into Tartarus. With that, they go to Hades, you know, who...
Yeah, you skipped by that part real quick. You forgot to mention it.
Mention what?
The fact that when the boots started pulling Grover in, they were hearing Kronos.
Yeah,
they weren't hearing him.
They were hearing him chanting.
Oh, yeah.
Something was trying to enchant magic, basically.
Yeah. And then there's like a fucking... Wasn't there like a wind burst or something?
Yeah, as they were running away, a gust of wind pulled him back. You know? And he almost fell, but they managed to get away.
Yeah, that part was pretty creepy. He also, for some reason, sees visions, right? He said he saw blood on a temple altar or something.
No, I don't think
something like that? I forgot when he starts mentioning it.
When he goes to Hades' palace, there's like bronze engravings of like...
yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's like of war, but modern war. But they've been there, it looked like they've been there for thousands of years. So.
Yeah. He saw a quick glimpse at Hades' son.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. yes.
Oh.
He has a lot of skeleton guards, you know, and then Hades gives off that evil, mesmerizing charm.
You think the employment rate of the skeleton guards is based off a certain...
Well, okay, we don't learn this until... There is a monster that I know. There's a monster that I know that...
Yeah,
like,
you know a monster.
Makes those skeleton guards. We'll learn this a lot later. But keeping going on, we learned that Hades doesn't have the bull. He doesn't want war.
Yeah.
He constantly talks about all of his expenses, overpopulation, all of this shit. You know,
guards
what I mean?
are having to be paid more because of they're on overtime, and Charon keeps asking for raises
for the Italian suits that he fucking discovered.
Yep.
So hell no.
You know what? I understand though. I would be pissed if I was a god of death and everyone started dying too fast.
I know, right? Especially because there's more people, because there's more people, there's more people dying, you know? Yeah. But, you know, we also learned his helm was stolen, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, they keep talking, and we learn that Percy has the bolt. It's in his backpack.
Yeah.
You know?
That was the thing that was weighing him down the whole time.
Exactly. His backpack kept getting heavier and heavier. Bam! It was the lightning bolt, you know?
Bam! It's fat.
Hades just like, you brought her here to bargain for your mother. Bam! Here she is, you know?
Shazam.
And she's like a golden statue or something, right?
Yeah, she's like wreathed in flame or whatever. But he only has 3 pearls. Hades knows of the pearls. Yeah. So he has to leave someone behind to take his mother. But he decides not to do that. He escapes to try and make this right, you know? And Hades goes to attack them, but they manage to escape and they resurface at Santa Monica. End of the chapter. Chapter 20, I battle my jerk relative, you know? They come across, they scare a surfer and whatever, and they get picked up by the Coast Guard. And once they get to the beach, who's there but Ares?
Yeah.
Ares is in the prophecy of the god who had turned, you know. He captured the traitor, and he was being manipulated to start this war, you know. Ares doesn't want to admit that, but it is what it is, you know.
How he looked.
Hades?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hades.
Yeah, that looks more accurate.
Yeah. So, to just get it done with quickly, Ares summons a giant boar, you know, and Percy just fucking kills it, you know, slices his tusk off and then drowns it.
Yep. That was cold.
Exactly. So then they get into their fight, you know, Percy keeps antagonizing Ares, you know, some cops come, Ares blows up the fucking cops. No one dies, surprisingly, but I mean,
hey. Knowingly dies.
You know.
Knowingly.
Evaporated them from existence.
The fight's pretty cool, you know. You see more, Randy, you said this earlier, like, a while ago, that you see his tactic of trying to get closer to the water, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he builds up the waves and waves, right? And then uses the waves to jump over Ares, right? And then uses the ability to feint and then cut his ankle. Percy beats Ares, right? Unleashes a scream so loud that 30 feet around him, just all the water disappears. Right?
But you should have used that immediately.
Right?
Yeah.
Percy
picks up the... So he picks up the helm, and the Furies were flying overhead, by the way. gives it to the Furies, and then tells them to tell Hades the truth. They have to get back.
He didn't. He just gave it to them, and then they were immediately like, "Oh, we saw the truth. All right, we'll just fucking tell them."
Yeah, well, he was just like, "Oh yeah," he tells them to just make sure to tell Hades, you know.
Huh.
Yeah, they have to get back to camp soon, so they have to fly. Terrible thing, by the way, because he's just unexcited. End of the chapter. Chapter 21. I saw my tab. The story changes to they were being kidnapped by Ares.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somehow the mist works wonders on this thing, and all these people start being like, oh yeah, it was actually this and it was actually that, you know. This dude in leather, he kidnapped them. He was actually on the bus, you know. There's no way a kid could have blown up the arch. It was this guy, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
I could believe that, because to be fair, eyewitness testimonies are notoriously unreliable.
Yes, notoriously.
Like, you would need hundreds of witnesses for it to become reliable. Mm-hmm. And even then, you have to cross-reference to see if they're all actually telling the truth.
Yeah. So, they end up flying to Olympus. Percy freaks the fuck out. He tells Grover and Annabeth that they need to go to camp to tell Chiron. Just in case anything bad happens, they still know what happened, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to Olympus. Olympus is fucking huge. Giant. Actually fucking giant. It, you know, cool. He strolls up, he sees some...
he sees Hephaestus TV, bro.
Hephaestus TV, some wood nymphs and nine muses, minor gods and goddesses here and there. Then we meet Zeus and Poseidon.
In the
giant
throne room.
You know, Zeus all prim and proper, you know what I mean? And then Poseidon just chilling, looking like a fisherman, you know?
Yeah.
Chilling there. Percy tells him their story. Right, his story. Tells him about his dreams. You know? And obviously Zeus and Poseidon realize that Kronos is stirring. You know? Zeus takes the lightning bolt. He's just like, you know what? You did good. You know, I'll let you live. But leave. And if you're still here when I come back,
you're dead.
You're dead. Fuck off.
His reward for doing that entire quest was to live.
Yeah.
What a douche.
I mean, when you're a forbidden child, that's kind of, unfortunately, the most you can ask
Taxes
for.
are pretty expensive, Randy, when you're forbidden.
Yeah. But, you know, they have a little bit of conversation, and Poseidon just keeps saying that Percy shouldn't have been born. That it was a mistake to have him, you know?
Imagine your own father telling that about you.
I mean, that's sort of like what but then also he says, I'm proud of you. Know that you are my son.
I mean, then he also mentioned, he was like, I didn't mean it like that, but I meant it was a shitty fate.
It's because, he has a shitty fate, you know? He has a hero's fate. So, regardless, he still has a strained relationship with him. He goes...
I prefer that, though. Because obviously he hasn't seen him in years. That's the first time seeing his father, so of course it's awkward.
Mm-hmm. Awkward. So, he goes back to his apartment. His mom's still there. They reminisce. But Gabe is just like, there.
Well, you've been gone for a whole month. Time to make
go back to work. Make me some meatloaf before you go off to work, you know? And sees Percy and he's just like, I'm calling the cops, this, and this. And then we learn that Gabe's been hitting Sally.
Yep, when he raises his hand at her and she flinches.
An actual abusive fucking asshole. The show plays it down. In the show, he's not like that.
He's a deadbeat.
Yeah,
that's
he's a
about
deadbeat.
it.
He's an abusive asshole.
Yep.
You know? And, you know, he's just like, Percy has to get out. They go back to his room.
Percy immediately thought of killing him.
They see the package that has Medusa's head on it on his bed. He's immediately just like, we can get rid of him. We can kill him. But he decides to leave that choice up to Sally.
Yep. I like how Sally's whole thing wasn't that she was concerned that her son was thinking of killing him. It was more that she was thinking of killing him herself.
Yeah.
What a Chad.
Yeah. And so he decides, you know, to go back to camp just to clear everything up. And he's fine. You know, he leaves his mom in capable hands. Her own. You know.
With Medusa's head.
With Medusa's head.
Yep.
We get to the last chapter of the book.
That's a pretty strong
The prophecy comes true. Right? This is the last chapter. Camp celebrates. There's fireworks. We learn that George Washington is the son of Athena. Yep. And Grover goes off on he gets his license and he goes
like,
off on his
bus.
Bye. Yeah. He looks like a high school already.
Yeah. High schooler. By that time, he gained a little more weight. Homie has that thicker goatee.
He always has to wear his cap now.
From his adventure, though, I assume that he looks more like swole though.
Yeah.
Because there's no way he looked fat after all that, bro.
Yeah. When he, like, gaining weight, meaning he's a little bit taller, he's a little bit, you know.
He's like those
bodybuilders that just do this and fucking...
He's doing the manga, he's like... I got no jawline, so a kid doesn't work on me.
It just continues down to his goatee.
First he gets a letter that Gabe disappeared.
He's a Vegeta.
Yeah. It's so weird how he's just gone now.
Yeah. Anyways, I made a statue, and she got a fuck ton of money for that statue. She went back to school. She put a deposit down on a new place, and a deposit down on a private school for Percy.
If he wants to come back.
But he doesn't know. You know, he doesn't know whether he wants to come back.
Time to procrastinate.
He procrastinates until the last day. And he continues to procrastinate. He's just like, I'm going to go train to take my mind off. Mm-hmm. Finds Luke training. They get to talking, and we see Luke's sword, Backbiter, which is made of normal mortal steel and celestial bronze. Dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Percy questions that phrase, like, why do you need that?
You can store this, and it, like Luke says, let's go hang out, you know, let's go find something to hunt. I got, you know, drinks around me, you know. And Percy starts getting a little bit suspicious. He feels like something's still not right.
But then the caffeine and fucking sugar took over.
Yeah. Even earlier, he reminisces about the quest, and he's just like, okay, the god who was turned was Ares. I found the Master Bowl and I returned it. And he gets to the part about being betrayed by a friend. He's just like, something's not right.
Ares Annabeth
and Grover.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. Annabeth and Grover were literally offering themselves for him.
Mm-hmm. So he was just like, it had to have been Ares.
Oh, God.
And then failed to save what matters most. He didn't save his mom because she had to save herself. Mm-hmm. But, you know, he goes off and they find the shade. There's nothing there because it was hot. They drink some sodas. And then we get some more details about Luke's quest. That it was a quest that had already been done before. That all he got was pity from it. And he resents the gods, you know. And that he's there to say goodbye. Snaps his fingers, a pit scorpion. Right? Just comes out of the ground, you know. We find out that Luke is the one that stole the boat, that he got caught by Ares, you know, and that Kronos had to bail him out to, you know, to save him. And he's the traitor. He goes and he fucks off. He actually, I forgot about this because they don't make it a big deal. In the show, it creates portals, and it does this here too. Yeah. It's not really, like, mentioned really, but he slashes it and he disappears. Percy kills the scorpion, but not before he gets stung in the hand. And it's powerful venom. The water doesn't even save him. Mm-hmm. So he gets picked up by some wood nymphs and he's saved by Chiron. He tells them what happens. And, you know, it's foreboding, you know, because holy fuck, it's Kronos. You know?
Like, Kronos is serious about this.
Yeah. So Chiron leaves for Olympus.
Gonna take it.
Yep.
And we learn that Annabeth has to go live... Like, she's trying to go live with her dad again. So, fine, you know, it's fine. Mm-hmm. And with this in mind, Percy also decides that he's going to go home, live with his mom for once without Smelly Gabe, and go to a new school. And that's how the book ends.
Mm-hmm. Pretty nice ending.
Yeah. Really nice ending. I really enjoy this book. It's one of my favorites out of the entire series, the entire serialization of all the books, honestly. What are your guys' thoughts?
I'm not any woman. I don't have any thoughts. Okay, enough stupid jokes. I was very satisfied with it. I haven't read a book like that in a while. I guess the closest is my Vampire System, but my Vampire System is nowhere near as detailed.
It went mid, and then it went good, and it went mid again. Yeah,
and then it went from masterpiece to masterpiece to alright to masterpiece to. It was like a roller coaster. Uh-huh. This book, it felt consistently good though. Yeah. Like, movie is just inferior in every way. We'll just ignore that. But the show, it obviously touches up on some parts, makes it better. I like the theme park better in the show.
Casino's ass cheese.
So, the theme park was better. The casino was lame. I very much like the build up in the book. To when Percy finds out, oh my god, we've been here for a while now. Mm-hmm. I was very satisfied reading the book. I even got hooked up on it, like reading my sister's house, just reading it, and I found out I almost finished the book in that day.
Yeah, me reading it today.
If I was giving it a rating, This is probably like the best introductory book to a series I've read so far.
Yeah.
Like even when I read Harry Potter, I got bored with the first book a bit. I would give this like a 9. It was really good. Probably one of the best books I've read.
Yeah, it was good, huh? Just kidding.
I'm biased. I would give this a 9.5 out of 10.
Of course you would.
Just because I read this all the time when I was younger. Only because in this series, there's one book that I think is better. But we'll get there when we'll get there. What about you, Gianni?
Yeah, it's like Percy Jackson and the Chiseled Jaw.
I mean, apparently he's pretty handsome, so he could do it. He could just do the mogging, bro.
Your thoughts, John? You had the deluxe edition as well.
Oh yeah, bro, I got the deluxe edition.
Yeah, you got to see the photos.
I got his deluxe package.
Yeah.
Your overall thoughts on the book? How it compares to the other media representations?
Movie, whole separate thing.
Yeah.
Show was alright. After reading this, yeah.
Like, I feel like we did a good thing reading the book after.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? Just because
we would have been shitting on the show and movies so much.
The show's not bad. It has a pacing problem and it has a build-up problem.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say the show is definitely a good way. Was definitely a good way to get me introduced to Percy Jackson.
Yes,
though.
Definitely.
If you guys showed me the movie and then like the book or the show, I would have been like, "What the hell is happening?"
Black Zeus was next level, bro.
Black Zeus. It's so sad that he passed away. Though.
Oh, he was such a wonderful actor too.
Yeah.
He was really good. It was really.
That
cool.
was that Kratos scream, bro.
That's the end of the podcast.
9.2.
Yeah.
9.2.
It's really good. Next 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from this release, we will be reviewing chapters 1 through 10 of The Sea of Monsters. So look forward to that. Check out our Instagram at Demi-God Discussion. Our threads also at Demi-God Discussion. If you want to send us an email for any suggestions you want, any of your thoughts on the podcast.
Get a better mic.
Our email is demigoddiscussion@gmail.com. So, just hit us up if you want any suggestions. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you later.
I will do the honors. See